The way you use a coordinate grid is you look at the numbers along the x and the y axes, and you use those numbers as a sort of set of directions to communicate to another person what point or what exact spot on the grid you're talking about. And those numbers on the x and y axes are called coordinates or a coordinate pair. And they're listed like this in this example here. You list the x value first, the y value second. I remember that because they're in alphabetical order. X comes before y in the alphabet, x comes before y in a coordinate pair. These values are put inside a set of parentheses with a comma to separate the two of them. So here are some examples, and they're read just as if they were a list of numbers. So you would read this as 1, 4. This would be 5, negative 6, negative 2, 3, negative 9, negative 1, or 0, 0, which again, remember, is the origin. To work with a coordinate grid, you'll either be given a point, given a coordinate pair like this one, and be asked to plot it on a coordinate grid, or you may be given a point on a grid and you will be asked to come up with the coordinates for that point. So I'm going to show you how to do each of those things. First, if you have to plot a point, I've got an example here of 1, negative 3. This is how you would do it. The 1 is the x value, the negative 3 is the y value. So you start with the 1, you go over on the x-axis to where the 1 is. This is the 1 point. Then your y value is negative 3, so you would go down on the y-axis to where the negative 3 is, and you make a point. So I have 1, negative 3, and that's my point. Now you try one on your own with negative 2, 4. Try to visualize where that would be. Pause the video if you need to, turn it back on in a second, and I'll check your answer. Negative 2, 4 would be negative 2 on the x-axis and positive 4 on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the 4. So negative 2 on the x-axis, positive 4 on the y-axis. And finally, like I mentioned earlier, you may be given a point and be asked to name the point or identify what the coordinates are for that particular point. So here I have 2 points on the coordinate grid, point A and point B. I'm going to show you how to do point A, and then I'm going to ask you to do point B on your own. Point A here, I know is going to be in parentheses with a comma separating my x and my y values. My x, if I look at where A is, point A is on the x-axis, it intersects with the 3. So my x value is 3. And my y value, if I just follow the line over, is 1. So point A is at the point 3, 1. Now you try B on your own. Pause the video, come back in a second, and I'll give you the answer. B, if I look at the x value first, is at negative 2. So that's my x value. And then I look at my y value second. My y value is negative 3. So point B is at negative 2, negative 3.